Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and as promised, I am back with the theme run, not theme run poll, but the theme run that was polled out, what was it, almost 2 weeks ago now. Matter of fact, it was a little over 2 weeks ago. But ultimately, the winner of that between the intent battle of Coke versus Pepsi was, kinda not surprisingly, Coke. So, congratulations, you fucking marketing geniuses, for whatever you did to make Coca-Cola as popular as it is. So, that means I had to come up with some way to personify Coke, and, well, if you saw the thumbnail for the video, you know how I did it. We're going to essentially be using a very interesting advertising-based take on Space Invaders for this run. Which means that we've essentially got a shooter run going on, so you'll have to forgive me if the basic structure of this run is almost identical to the structure of the last run. We got the Hope Robe to represent the red for Coke. We've got Gloves of Gambit. Cool. I'm going to be going with Stone Shot, Flare Rush, because that's kind of the best thing I could think of for a long-range dash attack, aside from Wavefront. Bouncing Bubble, because it's a projectile, which works for the whole shooter thing. And, of course, because Carbonation Bubbles. And Absolute Finale to symbolize that which happens to your teeth at the end of a Coke binge. Assuming you're not taking good care of your dental hygiene, of course. Alright, and all that kind of comes together in a run where there really is no decent way to front-load the difficulty, so I think the best thing to do would be to start at the Living Courtyard so I don't have to worry about Atlas showing up at Wave 3. And everything else will just be a cakewalk. Alright, so what the hell is Coke Wins? I mean, aside from one of the earliest examples of and erased you are. Aside from one of the very earliest examples of essentially an advertising-based video game, it is essentially, and also kind of obviously, just a mock-up of Space Invaders. This was actually designed for the Atari 2600 off of course, like I said, Space Invaders. Oh, did I miss what I actually wanted to hit there? And away with you. This is like a very rare, not even a prototype, it was just a rare little thing designed by, I am going to take this, just... yeah, I'm going to take it. Enemy attacks are going to hurt me a little bit more, but to be able to mop the floor with bosses a little bit faster, I think is worth it. Yeah, that's what you get. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and look this up. Because actually, I have a little bit of... Pardon me. I have a little bit of information on this. Pepsi Invaders is the actual name of the game, and it was commissioned by the Coca-Cola company to be handed out to salespeople at their 1983 sales convention. Now, this game only has 125 copies ever printed, making it one of the rarest games out there. there are, of course, rarer games. Like, I want to say that games like Cheetah Men 2 are actually rarer, but combine that with the idea that this is one of the earliest examples of an advertising-based video game, and we have ourselves quite the little anomaly here. There we go. So I had to get through that room before I continued reading. Now, the gameplay of the game should seem fairly obvious to anyone who's ever played Space Invaders before. For those who aren't aware, what you basically have is a series of rows containing the letters of the word Pepsi, so P-E-P-S-I, and then an alien at the end, instead of just the original 6 aliens. Gotta admit, this absolute finale spell is kind of a trip. My one problem with absolute finale is that it does have quite a cooldown. But it is good at just completely erasing a target. Now I know, oh, screw you for hurting me. I think you are. Sorry, let's just keep reading. Hello, Discord. But see, another thing is that instead of having a limited number of lives, the old Pepsi Invaders has infinite lives and apparently a 3-minute time limit in order to complete the game. Also, the color of the floor was changed to match that of actual, Pepsi-Cola. There's nothing here that's, a good shooter, so we're just going to leave that alone. Hello, and what do we have here? Oh, definitely take that. I don't have any summons. That's okay, I guess. Eh. So what we basically have is just very much a mock-up of the original Space Invaders, just, Coca-Cola themed, because why the hell not? And the whole idea is that it was just something designed to give out to their executives back in 1983. And to go a little bit further in depth on I'll go a little bit further in depth on that when I'm not being assaulted by weirdos in robes. How about that? Alright, so. No! Close! Yes. So it was commissioned by the Coca-Cola company to be handed out to 125 executives at their 1983 sales convention with an Atari 2600 console. Not too surprising there. And how is he going to play an Atari 2600 game? Definitely not with an Atari 5200. Are you fucking kidding me? It was actually developed by Atari, and the game was essentially packaged in a black cartridge with no label. So there's that for it. Well, I mean, it's not exactly a missile, but what the heck. The whole point of this is we could always look at it as the Space Invaders Extreme, where you get power-ups and shit. So the whole point of not consoles. What am I talking about? But the whole idea behind them is that that was weird. Like the two enemies were like layered on top of each other. Alright, and do we have upgrades? Iris, you're killing me here! You're killing me! The whole idea behind those games is that they were apparently supposed to be there to boost morale, but as far as anyone can tell, no. There are items here that I like, but one of them makes it even more dangerous. And the other one that I really like, I don't want to have to spend gold every time I launch an attack. Especially when I have an attack as strong as Absolute Finale. Which should be, I might as well just be casting Doom on these fuckers. Which essentially that's what the spell is to begin with. But of the 125 recipients of the Pepsi Invaders game, we're pretty sure that most of them actually discarded the game after the convention. So yeah, its entire job was to boost morale, but really all it did is kind of fuel a very interesting collector's market of rare games. And there are some very interesting rare games out there. Games like, what was it? Bikini Bath Babes or something? Like the only NES game to have any nudity? I mean, it's pixelated nudity, so it's not like it's anything wonderful, but it just goes to show that not even Nintendo is immune to the idea of wanting to try to appeal to an older audience from time to time. Owie. Oops, that was completely wrong. I was trying to do something different, but I screwed up. What do we have here? Okay, well, take that, take that, take that. All right. And if I'm not going to get any... If we're not going to get any spell upgrades, we might as well get some good relics out of all this. And even though the idea behind Absolute Finale is that it's essentially erasing fuckers from my board, I can still use Ancient Fountain Pen to boost up its general power against bosses. And I can hope that starting on the next floor, Iris has a change of heart and actually does something useful. I mean, I can only hope. Okay, it would be nice if your minions would go away and leave me alone. There we go. Beautifully done. I forget what this does. Oh. Actually, I can probably put that to good use. So, there you go. Pepsi Invaders. That is very much the impetus behind this run. Okay, wow, absolute finale. Good lord. Searing Crown. Okay, that's really not even close to what I would take on this theme run, so we're gonna say no to that one and hope that we find something better here. Who knows, maybe Iris will actually sell me an upgrade to something I already have. You know, make things a little bit better. I do not want gyroscopic as well, because I actually like the spells I have. Owie. But another thing that would be nice would be some sort of, like, armor. Sweet. Now, there is well, let's have a look here, because apparently there's a bit of a legacy behind this game. Like I said, it's a very early example of what's known as an advert game. Basically a game that is an advertisement. And there are plenty of things like that around. Like, I don't know if anyone even remembers this, but anyone remember the Cool Spot game? Actually, that's a bit of a misnomer because there's more than one Cool Spot game, but there was originally one on the NES that basically played out like a game of Othello, which I don't know how many people remember that. If I didn't have a copy of it, I would almost say it's just a strange relic of my memories from my childhood. Do you guys ever... Seriously, do you guys ever die? How many fucking hit points do you have? Christ! No one expects an archer with barbarian hit points. There we go. There's a good chance I'm going to be walking out of here with that memory chainmail. I don't want to give up bouncing bubble to play your game soon. Sorry. Yeah, Iris just doesn't want to face me, and now I can't even find her damn shop. Yeah, blow me, jerks. Alright, so we've got the Stone Shot upgrade, finally. And what the hell? There's nothing else here that really looks all that interesting, so the hell with it. Alright, I can see at least one more combat room that I want to go to. So let's quick do that. Because again, any opportunity for more money is a good opportunity. And that's what you deserve. Okay, less so a combat room and more like two little stray enemies that were thinking that they, had a plan. But I will not be subdued by a fool with a bow and a dream. And erased. Oh, no, you still have hit points. Oh, goodness. Why does everybody have more health than it seems like they should? Curse you all. Now, due to the nature of how rare Coke win, or it's Pepsi Invaders, but I'm just calling it Coke wins, because that's what it is. But due to the very rare nature and the idea that there were only 125 of them ever made, as I'd already alluded to, this created quite a collector's market for the game, like to the point where some of the game has gone for at least a cool $1,000 plus. Matter of fact, there was an eBay auction. Let's see, when was this? Let me look it up. Well, it's hard to say, but apparently there are collectors looking to sell copies of it on eBay for, at the very least, $1,825. So, like I said, it's a very expensive collector's item. So if any of you out there are lucky enough to have yourself a copy of Pepsi Invaders, that shit is worth something. I know I don't have one. I never even had a Atari 2600, so there's no way I can have one. Well, that's not strictly speaking true, of course, but so think about this. It's essentially Space Invaders, but with infinite lives, and with the challenge basically neutered out of the game. What do I mean by that, you might be asking? Well, think about it. In the original Space Invaders, if the Space Invaders actually managed to reach the bottom of the screen, pardon me, it was basically game over for you. In Pepsi Invaders, if they manage to make it to the bottom, nothing happens. You still win. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what's the challenge in that? And the thing is, it wasn't supposed to be a challenge. It was literally something that was designed to boost morale, and when that's the idea, well, I mean, beautifully done. But yeah, with that being the idea, it probably wasn't meant to be like just a challenging gameplay experience. It was meant to be, look, our product is so much better that we win even when our competition supposedly wins. It's like, no matter what happens, Coke wins! Nice. So make of it what you will, but you know, it's just one of those interesting little gaming anomalies out there. And it's not like it's even the only adver game out there. Far from it, in fact. But I'm not just gonna go into just endless lists of adver games, but there are some very interesting examples of them out there. McKids or MC Kids or whatever. Essentially, this rip of Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES was another one. And again, I would almost say that it was just a fever dream, if not for the idea that I have a copy of that fucking game. Well, once again, I would end up losing the bubbles if I partook in Dr. Song's trade, so unfortunately can't do that. Seriously, Iris, why are you so against giving me the bouncing bubbles upgrade? And to be fair, she didn't even want to give me the upgrades to the other spells. By the way, I just noticed something. I don't think that Ancient Fountain Pen works with Absolute Finale. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a 20% damage bonus, and at a base damage of 12, doesn't that mean that, by all rights, I should be doing... I'm gonna grab this just for later. At a 20% damage bonus, shouldn't I be doing like 15 per tick? I don't know, maybe the way that it works with Absolute Finale is different? Real fair. She's like, nah, that's enough damage for you. Alright, Absolute Finale. Ruining bosses, since right the hell now, no. So, that's a little bit disappointing that it's not really working that well, but oh well. At least the Ancient Fountain Pen aspect. Everything else is going just fine. That was stupid of me. Okay, wow, lots of stuff all at once. You really don't want to upgrade my Bouncing Bubbles. I'm going to take Bouncing Surge, though. Yeah, I don't know what Bouncing Surge. I don't know why I thought that was the wrong name for a moment. Yeah, I missed! Why does he sound excited about that? He lost his marbles. I can assure you I did not lose my marbles. It's impossible to lose something that I never had to begin with. And I just noticed I've got lots of bouncing things again. Thesis on Defense would be very helpful, as that is going to essentially balance out the extra damage that I'm taking from the Paranamasicon. Beautiful. At least I'm hoping it will. There is of course the ever-present possibility that it'll diddle. And I am expecting that, but you know, hoping for the best. Alright, well, without a whole lot of just sweeping effects, it's really hard to take those guys out. We haven't found the red portal yet. Alright, let's keep looking for it. Maybe it's down here. Maybe we just need to take that mysterious pipe in someone's drain to the Mushroom Kingdom. That's right, we're gonna reenact the opening to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I don't know how many of you remember the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, but when I was a kid, it was one of those things that, yeah, it was cheesy and stupid as hell, but I would look forward to it almost every time it came on. Again, I have no qualms about the idea. Okay. Okay, all of you can go to hell. Okay, I hate that room. I absolutely hate that room. All of you can go to hell. Oh, hello, Taffy. You have anything interesting for me, buddy? Not really. I don't hate Earth Stomp Agent, but it's also not one of those things that I really think of when I think Space Invaders, or when I think Coke for that matter. So yeah, it's not happening. Oh, lovely, a souped up Venom Burst Mage, exactly what I needed. Yeah, it was real fair. Just teleport right into my face. Just be a real dick about it, too. Alright, give me this. Yeah, takeout box is coming in real useful. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah! And you know, on the point of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, I miss Captain Lou Albano. Like, he was obviously not necessarily the proper look or voice of Mario, but my god, that man was a good entertainer. And he did a better job portraying Mario than Don Hoskins did. To those of you who are trying to put the Super Mario Bros. Movie out of your memory as just a bad fever dream, I apologize. But there's no sense running from history. All we can do is learn from its lessons. Oops. I made an oops. Ooh, Fire Fairy or Ice Fairy? Well, I have to take one of them. It's just in my nature. Vesa, come with me. We'll make beautiful music together. Nope. Ha! So as much as I don't like just the single target nature of Absolute Finale, it is good at just absolutely wiping something out. Even though it doesn't auto-kill a boss, it's still really good at just taking huge chunks of damage off of a boss. Hey, what the hell? Can you just go away forever? God, I hate elemental summoners so much. Okay, why is every room horrible now? Also, my aim sucks. Okay, well, no two ways about it. We're gonna need another health potion. Also, my aim seems to be worse than usual. Not that it was ever, immaculate or anything to begin with, but why does it seem like whenever I try to aim in one direction, the game has some other idea about which direction I'm actually aiming? Hey, come on, Iris. You know you want to... There, finally, the bouncing bubble upgrade. Why did you wait so long on that? Could have used that a lot earlier. Well, I mean, it's a little late for any of this to be useful. Well, still, there's a little bit of time. Maybe this will earn me enough money to get something interesting. No, it won't, because this is like the last room in the dungeon. Whatever. Oh, hello, Rainbow Tail. I don't really have anything else, so I may as well take it just for fun. Give. So, do you feel more enlightened knowing the story of Pepsi Invaders, otherwise known as Coke Wins? So I guess the question though is, did Coke really win because their greatest competitor still has the patent on things like Mountain Dew? Excuse me, game, could we not be full of shit? Here we go. I have enough things that bounce. Let's grab something that pierces. Because that would be kind of the overall problem, is that game, is that my crowd control options are limited to things that bounce, which normally is fine, but in this certain scenario, I know him because my signature just bounces, just gets a single target exclusively. Like, I can even get... Now, here's the thing, I can even get toxic bullets to hit more than one target if they're kind of overlapping on the right frame, but no such luck with... No such luck with Absolute Finale, though. Alright, now would be a good time to see if there's anything of interest. So, there's a difference between interest and usefulness. That having been said, yeah, I'm a sucker. I'm sorry, I know the item is broken, but I still like it. I don't want to hear nothing. Alright, now takeout box is worth its weight in gold. But you didn't spend anything on it, exactly. Remember, it's just the takeout box, not the actual takeout. It's funny, he resisted, but it still does the same amount of damage per tick regardless. Oh, how I managed to dodge that with my, terrible list lazily to the left strategy. But, is that the worst strategy, or is it the best strategy? There we go. Alright, actually, I'm kind of impressed with how Absolute Finale works. It's not great. It does, it's actually almost negative on crowd control, but oh my goodness, it does so well against bosses. Oh my goodness. So, once again, Coke wins. And I think, ultimately, isn't that true in the minds of most people? Doesn't Coke win for most of you? In your heart of hearts, doesn't Coke win? You know it to be true. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Don't worry, I have something in mind for the other guy as well. And I'll leave you guys to speculate as to what it is, but you had a taste of things to come. And it tastes like carbonation and rotten teeth. So, on that note, make sure you take care of your dental hygiene tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your your continued support. Do the usual stuff. Drop me a like, leave me a comment, the usual Facebook dance. And don't forget, the links to my social media will always be in the description of the video. So, that having been said, you guys take care of yourselves, have a fantastic night. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you